For no reason, I have a Scott Jennings clip.
Of course.
I mean,
we have to have one every day. It's sort of. I mean, not really. But we just need to all look at Scott Jennings, you guys, once a day. Here we go.
Well, it's because there's so many people that try to say that, wanting voter ID or wanting paper ballots or wanting like our elections to have integrity means that people are getting disenfranchised and it's suppressing minorities. It's such bullshit. And he's calling out the bullshit, which I thought was great.
Yeah. By the way, I'm shocked to hear you say that people are voting like crazy in Georgia. I was told by Democrats that nobody could vote in Georgia, that they tightened all the laws and nobody could find their polling places and everyone's going to die of thirst. So, oh my gosh, I just can't believe the news about people can actually vote in Georgia. Look, it's never been easier to vote in America. And I think it's a good thing that people are casting their ballots and exercising their franchise. I think the data is a bit of a witch's cauldron, but Republicans right now in a few states are pretty excited about what they're seeing in terms of what you just said, Republicans grasping on to voting early and voting by mail.
Yeah, he's right. But is there really is going to be a CNN town hall for Kamala, whatever the hell her name is? There's going to be, yeah, I just saw that. There's going to be a CNN town hall for her. I am not prepared to talk about that. I just saw that. It said 4 days, so I'm assuming it's going to be this week. It's probably going to be like today or tomorrow.
Is it going to be at 9?
Knowing CNN and how evil they are, yes, Mock.
And then there's Scott Jennings, you guys, who absolutely made this so much better. Like, he made this story my favorite story.
Thank God. Somebody needs to.
But even when he tries to joke about it, then he gets blasted by the Palmer Pecker panel on CNN, which is so ridiculous. Like, now you can't make just the mildest of jokes.
It's
are off limits now.
Nothing's funny.
These morons.
No.
But listen to Scott. I love him so much.
All right, we're back at the table. Who wants to take the
I want nothing to do with
Scott?
You know what?
First of all, Arnold Palmer's daughter seems like a lovely person.
He is very lovely.
And very nice.
Yes.
I have to tell you, though, as someone who's often the target of this kind of vicious speculation, I was outraged. Come on, it's a joke. It's a total joke.
Scott.
And let me just ask you one question. If you're so offended by this,
Oh my God.
where was the offense at the Democrat convention when former President Barack Obama himself at the podium made his own junk joke at the podium? I didn't hear anybody offended about that, and now we're offended about this. Come on.
Here's what, and actually the thing is, I don't think people are even offended. They're just like, oh, there goes Donald again. We thought maybe he could focus on policy.
No, people are offended.
It's a joke.
Brenda.
But it's like he goes back to the same shtick. And what was funny about the Obama joke, A, it was actually funny. And
It's
B,
okay when he does
it was
it.
unusual.
Yeah,
it is okay.
It was
Yes.
unusual that he did it. This is par.
Oh my God. It's like they were offended, Brenda. They
They were offended by Scott's joke. Just
right.
then.
I know they're gonna come up with the Scott Pecker panel, and then did they ever have an Obama Pecker panel? Because I don't remember that. Do you remember that? I don't remember.
If they did, they probably thought, "Oh my God, he's so funny. He's so hilarious."
And you know, Van Jones was on it. He was on the Obama Pecker panel.
The next person to weigh in is Scott Jennings.
Probably will shock Kamala Harris and the rest of her campaign staff to learn that there are incumbent Democrat U.S. senators in this country right now running television ads touting all their work with this modern-day Hitler. I wonder if Kamala Harris tonight in our town hall meeting will call for them to take these ads off the air, touting their work with this Hitler. I mean, if he were really Hitler, if he were really a threat to democracy, not a single Democrat in this country would be running ads touting their work with Donald Trump.
Right. Exactly. And Chuck Schumer wouldn't have talked to him at that whatever dinner that Catholic dinner the other night.
Al Smith dinner.
They were like joking around with each other. If he was if he was so much of a threat, if he was in fact Hitler, don't you think he'd be kind of afraid of him, or he'd distance himself from him? There were Democrats there who were all like chummy with him. They're so full of crap.
The CNN panel with Abby Phillip talked about this. So we've got some commentary from her, but also from Scott Jennings.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Here we go.
I come in, and here's the problem. I said, oh, man, it's too low. I said, too low.
I'm sorry.
It's obscene. I mean, it is.
Oh my God.
He's running for president, right? So is he doing this stuff because he doesn't care? Is he doing it because, as Chair Michael seems to think, nobody cares?
Could it
Well,
be?
not what I think. The polls say. Let's be clear. The polling data
Could it
says
be
that.
that he actually doesn't want to be president?
Oh,
Wouldn't it be
my
interesting
God.
if it turns out he's doing everything he can
That would be
not to
interesting.
be president?
That would be interesting.
He still winds up winning? Because you can't tell me that filleting a microphone is in anybody's playbook for anything. Am I wrong?
Somebody's playbook, clearly, but should not be the playbook of a presidential candidate.
Or anyone else.
Or anyone else. And look, I mean,
Is that what he was doing? Are we sure about this?
If we had to have the question 2 days before the election whether or not the president was filleting a microphone, we might have lost the plot.
That's where you all. That's where all of you all went. Look. He's well known to be very, very picky about
what do you think
the microphones and obviously complaining that the thing was too short. And so
Why
I'm
was
just
he putting his mouth on it?
I'm just saying I don't know what he was doing.
The pearl clutching over this is
I know.
it just blows me away. Blow is probably a good choice of word. But it blows me. I mean, they had a topless transgender on the White House lawn, you know? I didn't see
And
any
she
pearl
was
clutching
like
up.
shaking her.
Yeah. Did you see any
key.
pearl clutching over that? And they're like, oh my God, he touched the microphone in a way that looked like fellatio. And then again with the panel. Now we have the Trump BJ panel. Hey, you want to be a part of the Trump BJ? Hashtag Trump BJ panel. Yeah, I want to come. Let's get Van Jones on it. He knows a lot about fellatio. Let's get him on it.
Maybe he's taking Healthy Cells Calm Mood, which I would highly, highly recommend. So this is something that supports relaxation and stress relief without drowsiness. So we've all been under some stress, I think is safe to say.
A little bit.
And so this just takes the edge off. It's got all kinds of mood supporting ingredients like ashwagandha, L-theanine, GABA, 5-HTP, saffron, magnesium, B vitamins, vitamin D. It tastes like a berry lemon flavor. And it's just one of the many products made by our friends at healthycell.com/chicks to support your health in all kinds of different ways. This is obviously for your mood, but there's also products that help your vascular and it supports your heart and vascular system, for your joints and mobility, for your hair, skin, and nails. And just having a daily multivitamin is great because all of their products absorb into your system 165% better than any pill or tablet or capsule that you can take. And they taste good. It's like giving yourself a treat in multiple ways. So try it out. Support a more relaxed mind, a more healthy mood with Calm Mood from healthycell.com/chicks. When you use promo code chicks, you're going to get 20% off of your first order at healthycell.com/chicks. Also, this was a really interesting idea that Scott and Jennings.
I love this.
Can you imagine him as
Yes.
press secretary?
Yes, I can imagine it. I think we should manifest it. We should manifest that ASAP. Scott, if
I
you're
am
listening,
manifesting so hard.
if you're listening to this, please do it.
Oh
That
my
would be
God.
amazing, wouldn't it?
And
Right.
Scott Jennings, pleaded with his fellow panelists on CNN to just let him be.
I agree. I think he does have a mandate, and that's how he should read it, and that's how the Republicans should read it. Something that's been on my mind for several months. There was an article in the New York Times in June that said resistance to new Trump administration already forming, and it was this long article about all these groups that were already out there. At that time, they thought he was going to beat Biden, but already planning to try to tie up the administration in court. You've had Jamie Raskin out there already saying, we got to try to tie him up, maybe even before he's sworn in. Today, Sheldon Whitehouse and the Senate put out a press release saying we're going to focus not on progress, but on containing Donald Trump.
God.
My political advice to all these people is please pick up the election results today and see what happened. The American people want this president and his administration and his party to make progress on the things they promised to do. This is exactly what happened last time. They were plotting to impeach him before he ever took office back in 2016. Let us not have a replay of this. Can we just have a couple of years of peace
Anna
for the
Navarro.
Republicans and President Trump to do what they promised to do because the American people clearly are asking for it.
Yeah, look at Anna Navarro's smug face.
She doesn't like that at all. And that was Jennings.
Mm-hmm.
Here he is.
It is. People are sick and tired of fake, inauthentic politicians who can only operate off of a script, who are being handed things by consultants, whose every movement and facial expression is rehearsed. And the thing that Trump and AOC have in common is that they both appear to be authentically speaking what's on their mind and what's in their heart at any given time. It's as plain as day, the rejection of the political class in favor of the authentic class. And sometimes they're contradictory, and sometimes they say things that make you lift an eyebrow, but that's the thread.
He's not wrong.
Authenticity. Yeah. This is why people love Trump.
As Scott Jennings put it, it's actually cool to be a Republican right now. And he even did the dance on CNN in front of the panel, encouraged the panel to come along with him and also do the dance. And it was a really cute segment. Here it is.
Scott Jennings.
Well, I said on this network at the Republican National Convention that the Republican Party was now the fun party. And lo and behold, I was right. And apparently many pro athletes agree, from the Raiders' Brock Bowers to the Lions' Adarius Smith to the Titans' Calvin Ridley to UFC fighter John Jones to soccer's Christian Pulisic just moments ago. Athletes are doing the Trump dance to celebrate their scores and wins. And why shouldn't they? Trump is back. America is back. And once again,
we don't need to stand
it's cool to be a Republican. Chuck, Julie, Julie, I invite you to get in on it.
It is true.
We're back, baby. We're back, baby.
It is true that you guys have sex parties that we cannot compete with. You definitely
Oh my
are the
God.
Jealousy in your voice.
Oh, yeah. I want to go to those decade sex parties. You're so right.
It was pretty fun, right, these athletes?
Do you feel like athletes?
She's awful. She's just
so
awful.
unhappy. She's so unhappy.
So bitter. Yeah. She just wears a shirt that says bitter.